What's up guys, it's Ed from TechSource and welcome to SetupWars YouTuber Edition Episode 5, where you submit your desk setup to get featured on the channel. If you're interested in submitting your setup, make sure to read the instructions listed down below. But with all that said and done, let the Setup Wars begin. So your 5 YouTubers for this episode are Anmar, Dan Barbera, ScaniaMan93, Matthew from TechTick, and Tobias from TechMeNow. You guys can find the links to their channels down below in the description section, so definitely be sure to check them out after this video. Let's go and start the show with Anmar's setup. Go ahead and take it away, man.
Hey guys, my setup is where I spend most of my hours, and since I like a very minimalist look, that is what I implicated here. So that said, let's check out my desk. On either side of the setup, I have these Swan M10s, and they huddle around the 2015 5K iMac. The specs on this guy are maxed out, and overall, I just find editing on this computer a breeze. To control it, I use Apple's new Magic Keyboard alongside the Logitech MX Master Mouse. I still love the minimalistic look that the Magic Mouse 2 presents, so I do end up going back and forth between the two quite a bit. I switch between microphones often, and that's why none ever stay on my desk. But as of now, the AT875R looks promising. On the left side of the desk, I have a geometrically organized charging station, and that just holds my iPhone, MacBook Air, Magic Mouse 2, and Magic Trackpad 2. Cable management looks a bit better than it actually is. Fashion over function, I guess. And the M10's subwoofer lives here too. And if simplicity ever becomes boring, I can always add a few things to keep this setup fresh. So that about wraps up my setup tour, and I hope to see you over on my channel.
Hey guys, Dan here from CLE Tech, and this is my setup for my channel that I use each and every day. Starting off with the main attraction of my desk, we have my newly acquired Retina 5K iMac. Now it's not fully spec'd out to anything crazy, but it's still super fast at editing, rendering, and exporting 4K content, which is all that I really need. While editing, I tend to revisit the Logitech MX Master Mouse, mostly because of the level of comfort it brings while editing videos, and I like to couple that with the new Magic Keyboard and trackpad. You will also find a pair of Polk Audio Hampton Bluetooth speakers that look and sound amazing. Aside from a few small miscellaneous items, my desk tends to stay pretty clean and minimalistic. Underneath my desk, however, is a drawer that I got from Amazon that houses anything from my MacBook and iPad Pro, smartphones, external batteries, camera gear, and much more. Hope you guys enjoyed my setup, and I look forward to seeing some of you guys around my channel. Thanks for watching, and a huge thank you to Ed from TechSource for giving me this opportunity.
What is going on, guys? I'm Skyman93, and first off, I'd like to thank Ed for featuring me in Setup Wars. I have a small YouTube channel, and I try to center my videos around mainly building PCs and gaming. Onto my actual setup, I have two BenQ GW2760HS 27-inch displays that are great for gaming and productivity. For my keyboard, I use the Corsair K70 RGB with Cherry MX Blues, and my mouse of choice is the Logitech G502. Audio-wise, I use an Audio-Technica AT2020 hooked up to a Scarlett Solar USB audio interface and a pair of Roccat headphones. As for my PC that powers my channel, it is a beast and is almost about to celebrate its 2-year birthday. Specs wise, it has an i7 4770K overclocked to 4.2 GHz under a Cooler Master side-on 240M liquid cooler. Motherboard is an Asus Maximus 6 Hero, and I have 16 GB of Kingston RAM. The most awesome part of my machine is the GPU, an Asus GTX 980 Strix. A Corsair CS750M powers it, and it's all built inside the Define R4. Once again, thanks to Ed for featuring me, and I'll catch you soon.
Hello TechSource viewers out there, Matthew here, coming from the TechTick YouTube channel. In front of you stands my personal setup, which helps me translate my tech interest and experiences into a video. For my main editing rig, I have this small Silverstone Sugo 13 chassis, which holds in the latest Intel Skylake Core i7 6700K CPU. Connected to it are the 22-inch LG and 20-inch Samsung monitors, while for the peripherals I'm using the DAS Keyboard Mechanical Keyboard and Logitech's G602 mouse sitting on a HyperX Fury mat. For sound gear, I have the Logitech Z3 speakers, Audio-Technica's M50, SteelSeries 9H, and Corsair's Void RGB wireless headphones, while for doing voiceovers I'm using the Razer's Siren microphone. Speaking of the gaming, for it, as well as for my benchmarks that I do for the channel, I'm using this X99 base build. I'm constantly changing the hardware on it as I do my testing, except the CPU and motherboard. Paired with it, I have the Logitech's K400 wireless keyboard with trackpad and the also Logitech's G920 wheel. Last but not least, my daily pocket computers are the Huawei Mate S and Basis Peak smartwatch.
Hey, what's up guys? So this is My setup. So first of all, for recording this video, I used the AT2020 Plus from Audio Technica, and with that I use a pop filter and a boom arm. For my main monitor, I have the Dell P2416D, a 2560 by 1440 display, and for my second display I have a BenQ G2250 1080p display. I know they're not the same, but I'm working on it, okay? For my mouse of choice, I have the Corsair M65 RGB mouse. And for keyboards, I use the Corsair K70 with Sherry MX red switches. The headset I'm using is the HyperX Cloud 2 from Kingston. My PC is housed in the Fractal Design Defined R4 case. It features an i7 4770K, 16 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 760. So that is my setup. Thank you for watching. Be sure to go to my channel down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
So before I end this episode, I want to give a huge thanks to Massdrop for sponsoring this episode of Setup Wars, and they actually have a great deal on an amazing pair of headphones for you guys. So last year, Massdrop teamed up with AKG on the K7XXs, featuring its predecessor's legendary sound and build quality with a bass boost, matched transducers, and improved comfort. The K7XXs was a big hit. As positive feedback poured in, so did one recurring request. Could Massdrop add a custom colorway to make the black on black aesthetic really pop? So they launched a poll to determine which color to include in the next limited batch. More than 3,600 votes later, red came out on top. The final product boasts a ruby red accent ring, stitching, and rods. The Massdrop X AKG K7XX's limited red edition is now available on Massdrop for only $200, and that's the cheapest you can find anywhere. They're only available for a few more days, so check them out by clicking on the link down below if you guys are interested. Also down below, you guys can find a link to the straw poll, and you guys can vote on who you think has the best desk setup. That's basically it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the series, and I'll see you in the next video.